We have been in Season 1 for quite a while now, and this past weekend was actually our last Ember War. This Ember War was crucial for our guild, because we are 4th in terms of Embers, and if we were to win this Ember War, we would actually jump up to the top 3, and get extra rewards at the end of Season 1. And man, did our guild and server show out for this one. What's up everybody, it's Ploto Gaming here, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Palmon Survival, we'll be talking about our final Ember War attack on server 60, showing you guys the plans and preparation, and going over the rankings after the battle was over. So as you can see here, we are teleported in server 60. We are attacking server 60, specifically at their 3rd alliance, or their 3rd guild I believe, in their server. They have 2 other guilds that have more embers, but because server 60 is such a strong server, to be honest, they have a lot of whales, they got a lot of activity, probably one of the strongest servers in this season. The strategy for us here was to target because was the weakest guild in server 60 and within the top 8 of their faction. So we just really wanted to make sure that we could get embers so that we could try to make it up to that rank 3. And believe me, we've tried fighting against the top of the top guilds in other servers, and it is very, very tough to burn a generator, especially if they're ready for it, especially if they're teleported around it, and if their whales and krakens are dedicated enough to garrison that generator. Because every single time a march hits, that's how a generator's durability goes down, right? A generator has 50,000 HP, and every single successful attack lowers it down by 100. So if you do the math here, you'll need to attack a generator 500 times successfully for it to burn. And if you have enough marches in there and have enough people in there to garrison it, then it's actually very, very hard to burn down. The best course of action as an attacker, in my opinion, is to make sure your Paragon is protected so that they could successfully launch a Comet Strike. The Comet Strike will teleport out all of the cities within its target radius, allowing for you and your team to go in and strike the generator yourself. So that's what we were setting up here. We're setting up a hive around our Paragon. You can see that Annual Rock was in the center here. The reason why we selected Annual Rock as our Paragon is because they are our strongest player. So Annual Rock was pretty much a no-brainer in terms of who to pick as a Paragon. And the people surrounding him are some of the top players in our guild. So we're teleported out here around 180 kilometers from the generator. And this is kind of where you want to be if you're trying to launch a Comet Strike. You want to be as far away from the hive as possible so that it's going to be inconvenient for your opponents to try to reach out all the way over there and burn down the Paragon. As a refresher, the way that a Comet Strike works is that it charges up for 6 minutes on the Paragon's camp, but if that camp is burned within that 6 minutes, the Comet Strike gets cancelled. So it is crucial that you defend the Paragon's camp within that 6 minutes. So the plan was all of these camps nearby, we're just going to instantly reinforce Annual Rock's camp over and over again to make sure that the Paragon would not burn and that we would get the Comet Strike off. As soon as the Comet Strike started, you could see that there are a bunch of players from server 60, from all of their top guilds, their top players, their top whales, just teleporting in as close to our Paragon city as possible. And that is why it was so important to make sure that we had enough camps to just fill out the space around it. I mean, they were still able to teleport in. Ideally, you'd have more people teleport around your Paragon, but you had a pretty decent amount, and the most important thing is to make sure that you had people reinforcing the camp of your Paragon. And that's what my main priority was, is to make sure that our Paragon had all 5 reinforcement slots for squads just in there at all times, and that you could see that, yeah, their players are really, really strong here in server 60. They were literally just sad-facing the reinforcement squads over and over and over again. And I have to remind you guys, I was dead sick, dead tired. I was not thinking when this was happening, and I just forgot about my hospital eventually. Like, I was just instantly refilling my squad over and over and over again, to the point where I actually forgot about my hospital, and I ended up taking a lot of dead Armigos that I did not need to. And I only realized once I started running out of Armigos to fill my squad. You could see here that, yeah, my hospital is already turning yellow. Now it's super red, and I'm still filling the Paragon's camp. And I'd love to say that's just because I'm so dedicated to the server that I'm just taking dead troops, but no, it's just I completely forgot about the hospital. I thought there'd be like a pop-up or something like that, but nah, it's just pure dead troops as soon as that hospital icon becomes red. And yeah, this is painful to watch back, to be honest. But I mean, in hindsight, at least we were able to still, you know, defend the Paragon's camp for quite a while here. There's a bunch of dragons coming in. I'm not too exactly sure what those are supposed to be doing, but luckily, because we were preparing, we were actually able to send a bunch of coal to each other so that our camps would stay super warm. That's super important because if your camps are warm, you actually get a boost to damage, I believe, or a boost to morale, and then you also are able to heal your amigos a lot easier. And here you can see that, oh my goodness, I realized hospital is a thing, and just instantly start, you know, trying to heal it up so that we could get back into it, not even asking for title or anything like that, because, you know, we're deep into the fight here, and I already forgot to heal my hospital in advance. So, and I'm out here trying to check how many troops or how many amigos I lost from not filling or not healing my hospital, having my hospital filled. But yeah, you can see S60. The thing that's super tough about being a Paragon is that anybody can actually target your camp. Not even the specific guild that you're fighting. It's anyone from the server, or even anyone from any other server as well, which is a really big challenge. Sometimes if the other server, you can see I'm trying to train troops here. Sometimes if the other server there's not much fighting going on, they would come over and, you know, sad face the Paragon's camp so that the comet can't release, and it's pretty much game over for your offense there. For your offense trying to take down a generator. Like, taking down a generator, you definitely need to make sure that the comet strike lands, and it makes it so much easier, and it gives you a chance, because without the comet strike, it's so tough. It's so tough. I think we've been in the offensive of this event of Ember Wars maybe 3 times before this, and we didn't launch a single comet strike. We tried, I think, a couple times, but we weren't able to launch a comet strike for a couple of them, and we only won 1 Ember Wars, which is why we were down to 4th place here is at this point for Embers, is because we just haven't been successful in our offenses. Our defenses have been really good. Actually, no one's attacked our generator in offense, so we never had any Embers taken away from us, but we just haven't been able to gain any, which is why this Ember Wars was so important. Just trying to make sure that we could, you know, continue to gain and get up to that top 3 would be amazing. And you could see that they're starting to send a lot of different marches, a lot of different squads into this Paragon. It's kind of like a meat grinder for both of us, where they're kind of smacking us, we're kind of smacking them. Luckily, we were able to teleport out some of their camps as well. You could do that by, even if they're a whale, if you time when they're sending out their marches, and there you go, boom, the comet strike, the laggy comet strike, and now all of the camps have teleported out. And this is the most important part, in my opinion. It's not even just launching the comet strike, but as soon as a comet strike lands, you need to teleport in with your camp ASAP. Even if you're a defender, if you're in S60's case here, you want to get your camps as close to your generator as possible. But luckily, you know, I think we kind of briefed ourselves. We were able to kind of prepare for this in advance and be like, all right, as soon as that comet strike lands, everyone start teleporting in it. And from here, it was just no contest. You really can't do anything if all of your opponents teleport around your generator like this, because you're going to have to slowly sad face all of the camps one by one. Just to try to get back that advantage, but it's just so tough to do that. So yeah, I mean, this was game over from here, and we were eventually able to burn down this guild generator. Anyways, just a quick video. I just want to show you guys the last Ember Wars and the current rankings. We are currently ranked 3rd, but we are now in S versus S, or server showdown against server 59. So I guess I'll be streaming some of those fights hopefully this weekend, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.